Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse The Flash movie Batman. This is the Ben Affleck Batman Batfleck from the upcoming Flash film. As I understand it, he's not going to be in the movie that much. Michael Keaton's going to be the main Batman in there. Still, it's really cool to have both Batmans in a feature film. I got this guy at Target today. The entire wave was street dated, and I picked the whole thing up this morning. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse, The Flash movie Batman. Here he is in the package. Looks like he has a total of 4 hands, collector's card, and a display stand. One side of the package, Batman from The Flash. Other side simply says Batman. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there's his barcode, if that helps anybody. And on the back side, here's a drawing of Batfleck. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And I did end up getting 2 of these figures. One of which you open and enjoy, and want to keep unopened in my complete, unopened Batman-related action figure collection. And I did get the entire wave today at Target. They've been street dated, so I've been hoping to get them earlier, but it just didn't happen. You may notice one of the figures is missing, the standard Barry Allen Flash. I actually found him at Target about a week ago. Finally have the entire wave complete, except for that giant McFarlane Toy Store exclusive Batwing. Alright, now that I get this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. He has a display stand, a collector's card, and then 2 alternate hands, totaling 4 interchangeable hands. But before we take a look at those, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman in the DC Cinematic Universe, in what is pretty much guaranteed to be his final outing as Batman. From what I've told and what I've read, he's only in the movie for about 5 minutes. It's pretty much a glorified cameo. And I also read that he has 0 interaction with Michael Keaton, which is extremely disappointing. Feels like a huge missed opportunity, but sort of understandable, as Barry Allen is the only one that could actually travel between the 2 different multiverses. They never gave us a traditional Ben Affleck Batman from Batman vs Superman or Justice League. They only gave us a tactical suit, and I yearn for a traditional Batman vs Superman bat suit. This is, I guess, the closest we're going to get. There is a rumored upcoming 6-pack, but my guess is they're just going to release that tactical suit Batman again. Also, this guy is purely in black colors, and in the trailer, it damn sure looked to me like he was in blue and gray. So I don't know. So let's take a look at him. Starting with his face here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it looks like a horse. Really long jaw. Head gets bigger as it goes up. Short ears. Smooth forehead. It just screams horse. This is not Batfleck. This is Horsefleck. It doesn't look like Ben Affleck at all. And it's not just a paint job. The sculpt doesn't have that dimple in his chin. That's something they nailed on the tactical suit Batman. Very odd. They can do so good on faces sometimes, and just so bad other times. I mean, look at that Dwayne Johnson from Black Adam. It looked perfect. Look at this. It looks really off. That being said, I don't think it looks bad for a general Batman head or figure, but it does not look like the Batfleck at all. Short-eared cowl. Pretty smooth cowl. It's missing a lot of the personality he normally has. I mean, the lips are okay. The paint job, nothing impressive there. But just does not look like Ben Affleck at all. Going further down, we got the traditional Batman vs Superman large bat symbol. He's got armor sort of on top of his suit, but you really can't tell with this paint job. This is an armor piece here. This should be the traditional suit down here, and he's got extra armor here, I think here. It really needs a repaint, and I've seen some really cool ones out there. Like a lot of McFarlane toys, sculpt is there, but the paint just does not do it justice. He's got a cloth soft goods cape, a lot thinner than the Keaton version, which can really stretch out, but this will allow him to fit in the Batmobile as well. Double jointed elbows, short gauntlets, double jointed knees. He's got these sort of straps coming off his belt. The belt is done in sort of a military green, and the rest seems to be one solid color of black. The armor should really be painted, I don't know, gray or silver, and the rest of the suit should be a lighter gray. I don't know. Looking at the trailer, it really looked like the Mezco Sovereign Knight Batman. It looked blue and gray to me, but it was only a couple seconds, kind of hard to tell. Not a bad Batman figure, but I don't think it's a very good Ben Affleck Batman figure. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Might have to call this guy Ed the Talking Horse. Horsefleck is quite accurate. I mean, from the side, it actually looks pretty good, but from the front, I just Can't quite put my finger on it. Something about the chin just screams horse to me. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. It's the same McFarlane stand we've seen a million times before. Black perfect circle. It says DC on the bottom, and it's got one peg for the pegals on his feet. Very thin, very basic. And now for his collector's card. As you can see, it's a render of the Batfleck from the Flash, Batman from the Flash. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 4 of them, 2 left hands and 2 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here he is with his second pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands for the accessories that he does not come with. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, or lack of, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's standing at about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to about 18 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. We'll start with his head here. Of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up a good amount, down pretty good. That's going to really help when he's on the bat cycle, being able to look forward. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes out more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got these shoulder pads here. They don't obstruct anything at all. Very nicely done. Butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area. Increase the range of motion and cover the large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. They don't really go any further than this though. The wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. His torso, ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Very tight there. Another one is waist, rotate around, and this one has the belt on the top half, a little bit different. Between the two, very good range of motion. Now there are some paint differences between the armored part and the rest of the suit, but they're so subtle that it just looks like it's all one color. Legs, does the splits, not a ball joint, McFarlane style hip joints. Forward, about that far, not too much. Back, not at all. He's got these very noticeable thigh cuts on here, which is interesting because he feels like he has a really good amount of rotation at the top anyway. Seems odd. And if thigh cuts are all going to look like this, they might as well not make them. These are very noticeable. Double jointed knees. Then his ankles, forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and to articulation. Here's this Batman in the Batcave, sitting at the Bat computer. Batman at the Bat computer, figuring out his next move. Batfleck gets onto the Bat cycle, heads out to the streets of Gotham. For this next scene, let's switch to a street-type setting. Here's the Ben Affleck Batman driving that Bat cycle down the streets of Gotham City. Batman's chasing after some criminals in Gotham City. Flash comes to help out his mentor and buddy. And here's a side view of Batman driving the Bat cycle and Flash running alongside. Of course, the Flash is going to be a ton faster than this Bat cycle. And here's both the Michael Keaton Batman and the Batfleck, both on the Bat cycles, helping each other rid the streets of Gotham City of crime. Unfortunately, from what I'm told, they don't even interact in the film, which makes sense to a point. Barry Allen's the only one that can cross between the two different multiverses, but it feels like such a missed opportunity to have the two Batmans together. Here's a look at the Batfleck on top of a roof of Gotham City, its watchful protector, and a closer look at this Batman holding a batarang. Now let's check them out. Next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Ben Affleck Batman figures, and there are a lot of them. This is the only Ben Affleck Batman figure in this particular suit, so I'm just going to start off the comparisons from the different various companies. Here's this Ben Affleck Batman from The Flash, next to the Ben Affleck Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League in the tactical suit. They actually made 3 different variations of the Ben Affleck Batman in the tactical suit. Goggles up, goggles down, and unmasked. Here's a closer look at their 2 faces. They did a pretty good job on the tactical suit, nailing the chin and the mouth. But boy, did they miss the mark on this Flash version. The paint is horrible. He's so pale. The shape of the jaw, the mouth, it's just all wrong for Ben Affleck. And even though they now have a total of 4 different McFarlane DC Multiverse, DC Cinematic Universe Ben Affleck as Batman figures, we still don't have the one that everyone wants the most. Ben Affleck as Batman from Batman vs. Superman in his traditional, normal suit. My fingers are still crossed they'll give them to us somehow. And here he is, next to a DC Direct, Ben Affleck Batman in the armored suit from Batman vs. Superman. Then, next to several different Mezco 1/12 collective versions of the Ben Affleck Batman from Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. Now there is a fifth one coming out, and that's in a 3-pack of figures from Justice League. Should come out before the end of the year. And here he is, next to several different Mafex versions. Then, next to the SH Figure Arts Ben Affleck Batman. And now, next to a bunch of Mattel DC Multiverse Ben Affleck Batfleck figures. And then here he is, next to some Mattel basic 6-inch scale Batfleck figures from both Justice League and Batman vs. Superman. They come in all kind of different crazy shapes, sizes, and colors, and I have them all, but these are the most regular looking ones. His suit is actually very reminiscent to this basic Batfleck from Justice League. Here's this Batfleck next to all my different Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne figures. From left to right, the 3 on the left are on a Mattel Wrestling Triple H Elite body. I wanted a big, bulking bruiser body for the Ben Affleck Batman. The far left one is the McFarlane unmasked head, and the next two are a couple of Mattel unmasked heads. The one closest to this Batfleck looks a whole lot like Zack Snyder, which is kind of funny. Then the one to his right, that's the Notice Studios third-party Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne, and he is amazing. After that, we have the Mafex Ben Affleck, and then a Mafex Ben Affleck head on a Christian Bale Mafex body. Now let's talk about next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here are all 4 variations of the Batfleck. Now rumor is there's an upcoming 6-pack with a bunch of different movie Batman figures, but my guess is it's going to be the tactical suit Ben Affleck again. In a perfect world, it would be the Batman vs. Superman suit, but I really doubt it. And here he is, next to McFarlane's Michael Keaton Batman from the Flash movie. Then, next to both versions of the Flash from this movie. And here he is, next to the Flash movie Supergirl. Here's this Batfleck, next to the entire wave of McFarlane Flash figures. We have a total of 7 figures. And maybe there will be some surprises down the road, but it looks like this is going to be it. And here's the entire wave of Flash figures, and the vehicles that are out so far, still winning on McFarlane's Batwing. Here are all the different versions of live-action Batman McFarlane has made. Michael Keaton Batman, Christian Bale Batman, Ben Affleck Batman, and the Robert Pattinson Batman. There's a rumor that there's an upcoming movie 6-pack, which is supposed to contain a Val Kilmer George Clooney Batman. That would be really cool. But no Adam West Batman. Which is why I'm really happy that I still have my NECA 7-inch scale Adam West Batman to complete the lineup. Now let's check him out, next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. Here he is, with several different Batman figures, all from the comics. And here he is, with several more Batman figures. These are also from the comics. And here he is, next to several more Batman figures. These are from different various forms of media. Now let's check him out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, with the rest of the Flash wave. And here he is, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Dick Grayson Robin, and Kyle Rayner Blue Lantern. Then, next to some recent Target exclusive gold label figures, we have the Jokerized Dark Detective Batman, Deadman, Impulse, and then both the Flashpoint Aquaman and Project Superman. And now, next to some recent Walmart exclusive gold label figures, we have both the Vampire Joker and Batman, and then Beast Boy and Eradicator. Here's Batfleck, next to the Titans wave, collective build of Beast Boy. And here he is, next to both Wonder Woman and Shazam from Shazam Fury of the Gods. All 3 of these figures are from the DC Cinematic Universe. Then, next to the Arkham City Riddler and the Arkham Knight Earth 2 Batman skin. And now, next to the 2 most recent Mega figures, Calibac and Fulcrum Abominus. Here's Batfleck, next to the 4th wave of Page Punchers. This is an Aquaman themed wave. We have Aquaman, Aqualad, Black Manta, and Ocean Master. And here he is, next to the Dark Knight Trilogy wave, collect-built Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Then, next to the Armored Batman from Kingdom Come, and the Gladiator Batman from Dark Knight's Metal. And now, next to the Connell Superboy, Duke Thomas the Signal, and both versions of the Jay Garrick Flash. Here's Batfleck, next to the most recent Batman wave. We have the Hush Batman, both versions of the Nightfall Catwoman, both versions of the Rebirth Mr. Freeze, and the Infinite Frontier Joker. And finally, next to both the Amazon exclusive Tim Drake Robin and the Amazon exclusive Batman Family 5-pack. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix them with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller, and I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Since we already checked him out next to a bunch of different McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures, here he is next to some more McFarlane toys. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane toys, these are from different various video game properties. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures, here's Batfleck, next to a strawberry apricot Red Bull I'm drinking to get through making this video. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Batman figures. And here he is, standing with some NECA Batman figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective Batman figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Batman figures. And here he is, next to some Mafex Batman figures. Then, next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts Batman figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a nice Batman figure, but I think it's a horrible Ben Affleck Batfleck figure. Now starting off with his head, the shape of it is so weird. It looks like a horse. It looks nothing like Ben Affleck. The paint job is bad on the flesh. The dimple's missing. The mouth. The cowl's just so smooth, which may be after the film. I haven't seen it yet. His overall body, the paint job is very inaccurate. I'm going to assume McFarlane made this based off of promotional material they were given. I don't know. It looks like gray and some silver parts in the armor in the film, even some blue, but this thing is pretty much just pure black. So it strikes me as kind of lazy, but it might not be their fault that it's inaccurate. His cloth cape's okay, but not nearly as good as Michael Keaton's. His accessories, just the hands, doesn't do too much for me. He really needs a batarang or something. Articulation, it's pretty good, although his thigh cuts look weird, and then his diaper area, it like has part of the leg coming up from under it. I don't know, it just looks kind of off. Articulation is everything you'd expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Now, I actually like him as a Batman figure. I think he's a pretty nice Batman figure, but I think he's a horrible Ben Affleck Batfleck figure. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.